All right. All right. So who's here so far? We got one in the house. Ubi might be here. Ubi might be on his way from the kitchen, or it could be TSA. I don't know. Turn on this floodlight here. World's smallest floodlight. Ah, you heard me. David, how you doing, buddy? How's everything? Hey, Ubi, what's going on? Just putting a little light on the situation here. How's everybody doing today? All right. So, oh, suddenly we got five people on the chat. Say hi, guys. Who's here? David with the big hello. BBM, what's up? So, I didn't have a lot planned for today, guys. Didn't any of you see the video I posted like an hour ago? I posted one about Igor because I had a little surprise. 8 people in the house. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yeah, it was just kind of going to be like that. I was going to play Igor for the first time. I was going to get a backing track going and try to figure out the levels with you guys and do it, kind of like just through the mic. But something happened. Yeah, yeah. If you haven't seen it, it's a members only video. I just dropped it like an hour and a half ago, maybe. I was trying to get it done earlier in the day, but shit happens. So, but around lunchtime, I found out what's in that video. So I'll let anybody who wants to see it real quick go check. Yeah, yeah. This morning was the one where I showed the back of Igor, right? That's different than the one I'm talking about now. Really, I should go take a look at the channel dashboard real quick then because I posted one. It was, you know how these things go. When you post the video, it takes a while for it to finish processing. So, but come on, channel dashboard, sometime today. All right. Content. Come on, content. So I'll check the chat in a second, guys. This computer's slow as fuck. Come on, don't do this now. Yay, it's frozen. All right, channel. Everything gets frozen. Come on, content. Yeah, it should be a short. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, I have it up as members only. It's a short. Who's here? Jeff. Jeff, how you doing? I'm doing good. Jeff, how you doing? So 10 people in the chat. Cool. So, all right, since you guys missed it or haven't seen it yet, I'll just say it. Igor has a problem with the input jack. Um, Long story short, if you were here yesterday, if you were at the live yesterday, the members live, you saw me having a problem with the jack because it was loose. When I went to tighten it, it was already as tight as far down the shaft as it'll go, that nut. So I thought it was the lack of another nut on there keeping the shaft from being tight on the jack plate. So, but as soon as I took the jack plate off, the whole thing just disintegrated. The whole jack inside the jack plate just fell apart. It fell to pieces. Literally, like every little piece that it all broke apart. It's like 6 pieces, and that tiny little thing, it just crumbled. So, yeah, I got to get that fixed now. But you can see the video. I took some video of the jack in the hole there. You can see that. So I have a few jacks around here, and if I don't, I'm just going to bring it to a friend anyway, because this guitar is not for me to be playing around with. Right? This is supposed to be somebody else's guitar. It's supposed to be a big deal guitar. So I'm going to take it to my friend's shop, and I'm going to bring him a jack. And if I don't have one, I'm going to ask him to throw one in there. He'll take care of me. So, uh, but yeah, I was actually planning on calling up Eden 2, the autism company. The autism company. Listen to me. Uh, the company I used to work for that works with autistic people. I was going to call them tomorrow and tell them, hey, the guitar's back if you guys want it, and start that ball rolling. But I got to wait now. That's okay, BBM. I appreciate the offer, but yeah, I don't know. Black one might look a little obvious, and all that rainbow stuff. I could get away with chrome, I think, because it's such a tiny little piece, you don't really notice it with all that other stuff going on. But or gold. So, but yeah, it's all right. I have like 3 or 4 of them lying around. I'll just like take those and I'll tell them, look, whichever one's best, throw it in and be done with it. So, but I was really just gonna do a hangout with you guys today and do some jams to some backing tracks and hope that I don't fuck it up and bullshit about guitars with shit with you guys today. But you know, best laid plans, I guess. But there is a goal. I had to make a goal, right? So if we get to $40, because don't have anything else to give out right now, and I'm not working, so I got to play it safe. So $40 goal. We'll talk about amps. You want to know what's up with amps with me, with what I think of digital, tube amps, all that stuff. If you want to talk about that stuff, yeah, let me know. Or otherwise, I'm probably just gonna try and jam with you guys a little bit on the Tease guitar instead of Igor. BBM, I wish I could tell you something about that. Um, I I had the interview and it went well. There was a background check form I had to fill out, and they said it usually takes about 48 hours after I do that for them to do the search and all that. So that would have been by Tuesday, right? Because had the interview on like a Saturday. It's the weekend, so I figure Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I should know. And here we are at Sunday, and I haven't heard anything. So I can. I'm going to try and get in touch with my old union rep to see if he'll take the time and find out what's going on. But he's no longer my union rep, right? If I get hired by this place, I'm not in his union anymore. So technically, he doesn't have to help me. So, but I'm going to try and see if he'll find out from me. If he won't, then I'm just going to have to call them myself and say, "Hey, how you doing? And listen, it's been a week. I haven't heard anything. Just wondering what's going on." And hope for the best. But I was really hoping that we'd be further along right now because I officially have no money in the bank. Literally nothing. I got enough on my McDonald's app to get a free cheeseburger. That's about it. So I'm working on rice for tomorrow for dinner. rice and chicken. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to make that process tomorrow. I also have to do a lot of errands tomorrow, but I am gonna get that call in. Yeah, I need this. I That's why. That's kind of why I'm a little anxious to get the website up and running. The sooner it's up and running, the sooner it can has a chance to start making money. Even though I won't see it for 3 months. But enough with that. I Does anybody know of Titan Tracks on YouTube? Right, I find a lot of good tracks channels, a lot of good backing tracks channels, and Titan Tracks is one of them. And he's got one now that I kind of like I'm zoned in on a little bit, and it's kind of familiar. It's kind of like Fade to Black. So I'm gonna set that up. Yeah, Titan Tracks is pretty cool. There's a couple others if you're interested, Ubi. That if we have time, maybe we do that today. Maybe we'll just I'll show you a few. Ted, what's going on, sir? How you doing today? Since Ted's here, we'll say hello for a moment first. What's up? What's up? Well, kind of. This is the other side of the bedroom, Ted. I used to do things backwards. It was cramped, and I finally got myself. I was able to into. I finally got myself into a situation where I was able to turn things around. And once I did that, I was able to set things up so I can actually work in this space because my little studio room, that's kind of tough. It actually is hot as hell in the summer, cold as hell in the winter. So I'm not very motivated to get in there, but I get in there when I need to. So anyway, so I'm gonna just like dial up a tone here on the old Mustang. I got the Fender Mustang LT50, and it makes some it comes with some good tones. They load it up with a lot of like familiar and questionable shit, but there's so much at the website that you can download on here. You can set up all 60 settings with stuff and never actually change a parameter in any of the tones. Yeah, I get 95 and I get real high humidity all summer, and then August is thunderstorm season. So, and then for relief, I go down to Florida where it's humid and 95 all year. All right, let me set this up. So, if I suck, just tell me in the chat. All right, tell me to stop. Beg me to stop. All right, and let me know if the audio needs to change the balance. So, is that on? Something's wrong. Guys, can you still hear me? I'm not getting. Yeah, I went. All right, can you hear me at all? Right now, I'm having no audio. All right, you can hear me. Okay. I got a quick fix for this. I had another microphone connected to everything, and it might have screwed up. What's going on? All right, I can't. This is like, yeah, I don't know. I had more than one microphone connected to the PC still because I was recording video earlier. That's why the green screen is still up. and I guess it it was mixed up on where the audio is supposed to come out, and now I have to play around with all the settings in the speakers and all that. And I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you guys still hear me? All right, now I can hear it. All right, everything's good. Okay. All right, this is the wrong track. This is the same track I was thinking, but all right, we'll jam to it anyway. Oh, it is. Okay. Can you hit my guitar? I think I'm in B, right? Yeah. Ah, why am I? Okay. Ah, lost my spot. Got the link to the proposed guidelines for the song "The Hat." Okay. All right. All right. Back to my suckage. Just did some repairs to an old Fender Champ 30 that was found at the curb. A little sorry and a new 1030 speaker. Dude, that sounds awesome. Ah, fucked up. The audio was cutting out when I play. All right, so that's probably too much for this. All right. Yeah, all right, so it's probably too much for this little lapel mic. Maybe. Thing is, it's hardly, it's not up. Does this help at all? All right, then that's it. I can't do this, and I got to figure out a solution before I do this shit. I got to run everything through a mixer. if I'm going to do this stuff. So, all right, you live and you learn, guys. Sorry, I don't want to end the stream. All right, yeah, yeah. You were having a similar problem, right, BBM? You were having a similar problem. It's kind of just clipping out, right? Pardon me. I could get a mic splitter and see if that does the job. I was thinking about doing that. So maybe I'll see about doing that as soon as I get some cash. But the other option is just to run everything through a mixer and then just connect headphones to it so that there's no noise bleed, mic bleed. So, I'll try and I'll set that up during the week, and I'll see if I can't do that next week. I got a couple of mixers I can use, so we'll see. But sorry, guys. Best laid plans and all, man. It's like that's like the third strike, so hopefully that's it. Yeah, yeah. I spent over an hour today just getting the mic tone right on my sound test for um, the Donner Q1 that I have, the red one there in the corner on top of Igor. It took me over an hour just to get all the all the all the inputs balanced. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Thanks. Yeah, it's got to stop raining bullshit sometime, right? So, oh, did you see Torsten's latest video? Anybody? Oh, streaming list more than a month ago today. Congratulations, Ubi. Songs take as long as they take. You know, sometimes you shut them out real easy. Other times it takes a while. So, all right. Well, I've had a lot of bullshit in my life, so it should start rating millions of dollars any day for me. Turn this amp off. Well, no, I can still play the guitar. I just can't do it to a track. One where he demoed. Sorry, the one where he demoed the Fender and the Tease. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I like what he did. He just right in the beginning he did the sound test and then he talked about it. It was nice that way. Dollar signs. Is that a hint? We still got the goal going, guys. We still got the goal. If anyone wants to have a particular discussion, or if you guys want to do something like you want to talk music, pentatonic scales, shit like that. That sounds like a plan, Nubi. I appreciate that. My concern is that you guys, is you guys and how you're feeling about, you know, your quality time with me. Is do I have to jump through hoops, 3 ring circus, or is me just enough? I'm glad to know that I am just enough. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, let me get the camera. Fix the camera. That's better. So, thank you, Ted. I guess Ted, while I got your attention, everything is packed. I'm shipping everything tomorrow. That goes for you, Ubi, and David. All your stuff is packed. I'm measuring it. As soon as I'm done with you guys tonight, I'm measuring it and printing the labels. And then tomorrow, that's my first trip, dropping everything off at the UPS store. So you guys will be getting everything. Uh, so hopefully soon. Hopefully by the end of the week. I should put the song where RJ can play it. And yeah, absolutely, Ubi. You got a version of it? Is there a way I can play it? You can send it to my Google. You can email me at Gmail and uh, send it to Drive. And then all I got to do is open it up as a Drive file, and I can open it. I can play it in Drive if that works for you. So yeah, I did my best to dress this guitar up and make it nice, Ted. It's gonna be all it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a lot better than it was with all the Tease guitars parts. So the only thing that's left on this is the tremolo claw and the strap buttons. That's it. Everything out and the wood. Everything else is all Tease guitars parts. So it should be a pretty decent guitar. Hopefully, someone at Fret Not gets it and appreciates it. And hopefully, it's eye appealing enough for people to say, "Oh, wow, those two guys worked on that. I should go check them out." You know, because that's kind of the point of doing this, right? Is that we get some subscribers out of it. Fingers crossed. Okay, let me see. Let me check. I'm gonna have to open Gmail here. Not a problem. Come on, where's my apps? We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Gmail. All right, all right. I'm getting into Google now. Oh, that's the wrong one. Ah, I gotta change to this account. Too many emails. Yes, there it is. Okay, I can open it right there. Let me get you guys. All right, let me get you guys in here, and then, well, I guess it really doesn't matter, right? Because you guys can hear it, right? No, Ruby's song. How about now? Thank you, TSA.
From sea to shining sea, on the road just you and me. Can't dream of a better way. Why can life be like this every day? Living free, from the rivers to the sea. Living free, there's so much we gotta see. Ain't got a single care.
Should I start this over, guys?
Adventures in the air. We're living free. Yeah!
All right. Yeah, we didn't get nothing, right? All right, so we're starting it over from the beginning.
Grab the
It's
keys,
a nice song.
rev it up. Let's hit the road. Yeah! Rolling down the coast, hat blowing in the wind. Put that pedal to the metal. We're on the road again. Top down, sun up.
Really?
living
AI?
so free. Radio blasting, nowhere I'd rather be. Living free. Ain't nothing else. Living free. Nothing but smiles. Ain't got a single care. Adventures in the air. We're living free. Pit stop for snacks and gas. Checking out local scenery. Country stores, roadside bars, and so many places to see. Sun up, sun down, always something fine. On the open road, it's a clear state of mind. Free. Let's not be rolling along.
All right, well, let us be the judge of that solo, okay, Ubi?
Ain't got a single care. Adventures in the air. We're living free. From sea to shining sea, on the road just you and me. Can't dream of a better way. Why can life be like this every day? Living free, from the rivers to the sea. Living free, there's so much we gotta see. Ain't got a single care. Adventures in the air. We're living free. Yeah!
It kind of feels that way, Ubi. Nice. All right, I'm going to close this up. So, nice. Well produced, too. So, Yeah, I have a song about Lemmy that I really would like to get worked on, and I don't have the experience to do it myself. So anyway, we'll talk. Yeah, I thought the song sounded great, right? Jeff agrees. So 35 minutes in, not bad, guys. Not bad for considering that I didn't think I was considering that everything I had planned all went south, including my ability to speak. Yeah, I got your email. Absolutely. So yeah, I think it's a nice upbeat tune, right? And that works with that works with the whole theme, right? Of living free. So 13 people in the house, 5 likes. If you're enjoying yourself, guys, if you're hanging out, if you enjoy hanging out with yours truly, please hit the like button. So we got $5 towards our $40 goal. Thank you, TSA, for that. I appreciate that. Love you, man. As always, as always. So, yeah. All right. Anybody? Yesterday at the members only live, I was talking about um doing a leafing on a guitar body, like a 3-tone, not even an easy one, like a 3-tone leafing, gold leaf, silver leaf, copper leaf on a guitar body. What do you guys think about doing something like that? I've done it once before I was ever on YouTube. I just did a silver guitar. I didn't do the whole. I didn't do front and back. I did basically half the body, top and sides, halfway down. Uh, but it was only supposed to be a wall hanger, so I wasn't worried about smoothing out the finish, just getting a good gloss on it, and I didn't care, Plus, pardon me, the amount of clear coat I had to put on there was crazy because I'm not a pro at this stuff. It's my first time even playing with the stuff. It wasn't coming out smooth, so I was just laying on gloss to try and smooth it out, And it was up to like 10 coats, and it still wasn't enough. I felt like where I should start smoothing everything out, because if I started taking that leaf out, forget it. But yeah, that's something I was thinking about doing. I don't really have a body I want to use, but it's something I'm thinking about doing for the future. And with Igor just about done, I'm thinking about getting in touch with a YouTuber to see about having making a guitar for a YouTuber, someone with like 800,000, a million subs. So hopefully get a few thousand subscribers out of it. So if you have any ideas on that, any thoughts? Someone who's guitar centric, but not necessarily a guitar player. You know, like I have 2 ideas in myself. I've mentioned them here before. So Ali Spagnola and Tavares. Tavares is the #1 auto YouTuber there is, and Ali Spagnola is just a nutty woman out in LA who's creative, and she's pretty cool. Seems to be anyway. And she does music and stuff sometimes, and she plays guitar. So I thought she would be a really good choice. But anyway, whatever you guys think, I'd like to hear on that. So I appreciate it. All right, so I'll think about doing the leafing in the future real soon. And there's a couple of guitars here that I want to do. I want to work on. So I'm going to probably do upgrades on a few guitars before I do any more reviews, because I need money to do the reviews, except with Torsten. So I'll still be doing those. But yeah. So I can give you guys a preliminary review of this guy. which is going to be, this guitar will be given away at some point. All right. The sooner I get a job, the sooner we get this given away to one of you guys. And we're still doing the giveaway with the ST1 and an amp. I've been speaking to Ricky. He's still on board. So it looks like things are still going forward with that. But I don't know. What do you guys think of this guitar? I know the color's a little bit on the nose because it's, you know, it's a red. It's a regular red. But it's actually not bad. I don't know that I paid $200 for it, but it's actually not bad. If I know that, now that I know that I can get a ST1 for $175 and this is $200, I'll get the ST1 all day. But yeah, it is a good red. I do agree with that. It's just very familiar, you know, like it's that red from the Crayola 8, right? The original 8 box of 8 Crayola crayons. It's that red, you know. But that red is actually pretty iconic when you think about it, right? Because they just renamed it Fire Engine Red and kept it as it is. So when you talk about red, you're talking about Fire Engine Red. And Ferrari likes it enough as it is to just put their egotistical name on it as it is too. So yeah, actually that's not a bad assessment, BBM. That's not a bad assessment. Personally, I don't know that I choose the black pick guard. But yeah, I would definitely change the pick guard. I have a thing about black pick guards. They either got to be like on all black guitars, or sometimes they just look cheap, unless it's a 3-ply. If it's a 1-ply black pick guard, it just looks cheap to me. So maybe that's the thing. But anyway, so yeah, this is actually, if you can get it for the right price, this is a great guitar to modify. This is a great guitar for your first guitar. Out of the box, it's playable, which is pretty impressive, but it's not perfect. But that's for the review. But if you're looking for one, head on over to eBay. Donner sells a lot of their stuff at basically closeout prices over on eBay. They do refurbished and they do brand new. This is brand new, but I only paid $80. The list price is $200. So what they do is, after a while, they break up the packages, right? If they don't sell out, if they order 30,000 guitars, like this particular model, and they get whatever number of them, and they don't sell them all, well, then they got to push them, right? How do you push them and still make money? Well, you take apart the components and you sell the components separately, and you try to get as much out of that as you can. And that's what they're doing over on eBay, right? Because this used to be part of a kit for $250. Now you can get the guitar by itself for $200, but then if you go over to eBay, it's only $80 plus tax. That's what I paid for this. So 12 people in the chat. What's up, everybody? If it's your first time here, please say hi. Love to know who's in the chat. And for anyone who's doesn't know, we've got a goal going on. It's an ongoing goal. It doesn't necessarily have to be met today, but when this goal is met, we'll have a particular discussion on amplifiers. If anybody wants to have as heated as you want to get about amps, digital amps, tube amps versus solid state amps. That's what's going to happen the next one. So if anybody wants to help out and move that forward, thank you very much. Any totals made today, I will roll over until next time. So anyway, 45 minutes in, guys. This is pretty cool. You know what? I really do appreciate hanging out with you guys like this. I just always end up feeling like I should be doing more, right? But it's really meant to be, like Ubi was saying, a hangout. So there's anything you guys would like to share here, let me know, right? Ubi shared his song. If you got something like that you'd like to share, let me know. We can always check it out, right? We're here to support each other, right? So, yeah, it's actually, yeah, Jeff, I'm glad you like this guitar. It's actually not a bad one. Like I said, it's playable out of the box. Pickups aren't the greatest, but they aren't bad at all. They're just not my ideal. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, with a Strat with a humbucker, I think you're pretty well set when you have a Strat with a humbucker. Even though it might seem like it's an older, outdated guitar because it was made in 1954. Some people don't like that, but you really are with a humbucker and two single coils. You're set. You got so many tones available that yeah, you can do anything. So it's a good choice for a beginner guitar. Yeah, it's funny how people over time different things happen, right? Like for a while in the 80s, everybody wanted the shiny colors, right? They all wanted stuff like this and even more blingy, right? Yeah, I'm on top of my guitar. Oh, all right, there we go. I was on the cable, right? They all wanted stuff like this and even more flaky and yellows and oranges, all that stuff. But then, uh, and then suddenly, people were like, that's too much. I want black, right? So then suddenly everybody wanted blacks, right? Neons and fluorescents, right? And that was great because they love that shit because black is easy for them. That's I mean, black is black. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but they do it forever and they're okay. We got black paint for days, so we'll paint every fucking guitar we got black. They got no problem with that. And then after a while, what happens? Someone has to come along, like Torsten, say, "Hey, Metal Flake's an awesome fucking finish, bro. You should be using it." Right? So it's just a cycle, Yeah, I like the '80s stuff too. I like it's the whole idea of needing to be noticed, right? Because when you're on stage, the lights aren't out there and everybody else. They're on you, and basically you're blind. You can't see anything, and everything out there to you, and you guys all know this. Looking out there is like looking out into the dead of night, right? You can't see past like the first two rows of people in front of you, and they're standing at the edge of the stage. so So it was all about bright colors, right? But then people got away from that, Bands like Metallica came out and everything changed a little bit. Things started changing, And then grunge, right, with the flannels. Suddenly nobody wanted or needed a flashy guitar anymore. But and I was that way too. There was a while I was like black guitars, heavy metal, all that stuff. But you grow up, and it's not about the color; it's about the statement that the guitar makes. I got the black Festley on the wall, and it's good on the wall. I don't mind that. I don't mind it being there. I'd rather play this. Right. Actually, you're right, Jeff. That was the cheap and easy way to get a relic, right? Because you would just paint your guitar with thin coat of paint, and then as it wore off, it would start looking relic, right? Even if it was just a layer of paint underneath. But you probably scuffed that anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah. And that's kind of the way to do it because you are in effect just writing the guitar story as you're playing the guitar, right? And with everything you're doing, you're not just buying a brand new guitar. I want to relic it, send it away. Oh no, you're not doing that. You're trying to personalize it. So in my mind, I like that better than spending the money on anything that's relic. And if you're going to buy something that's relic, buy something cheap that's relic. Don't buy a $3,000 relic guitar. That's just not me. Because to me, it's like, well, there was their stupid idea to pay somebody to sand the paint off after they painted it, and it takes 3 months to paint a frigging guitar. I'm not that stupid. I want my guitar painted. Yeah. All the metallics and the metal flakes. Oh, the new the new SBHs. They're gonna be ridiculous. You got me thinking about them now. Oh, I'm pretty sure the candy apple red that he's got coming is actually going to be silver metal flake underneath, right? Because that's part of what you do for candy apple red, right? You do you do a base color, and then you do your silver metal flake or your gold metal flake, and then you do your color over, your see-through color over, right? So so I think, yeah, they're basically making silver guitars, and then they're taking those silver metal flake guitars and painting them with transparent red, and that's going to be sick. And the new SBHs are going to be insane. Yeah, pawn shops are full of Rutledge guitars because everybody got in on the bandwagon, right? It was like the hot thing for a while, and they're not, they're not really worth anything extra. The whole reason for buying it is because you couldn't afford to buy the original guitar, which was from 1962 and was played for 18 million hours and looks the way it does because it's got history. You couldn't afford that guitar, so you bought a brand new guitar that someone ran some sandpaper on. But I don't think that that's a smart idea. I just don't. I think it's better to make your own story on your guitar. And it doesn't matter to me if the guitar's got a poly finish or a lacquer finish when you have this kind of thing in mind, because you're talking about wearing away finish anyway. You want to be some crazy purist, yeah, get lacquer over poly. But those KGDs, those are good guitars, Jeff. I have one here. This one, yeah, next to I'm blocking it. It's right here, just behind the case. This one, and that guitar is $127, and it's awesome. Mahogany body, roasted maple neck with, I think, the roasted maple neck, roasted maple fretboard, 22 stainless steel frets, two humbuckers, coil split, and it's awesome. $127. So yeah, I'm all over KGDs. If you guys can get yourselves a KGD, get it. Because I think they're all going to be awesome. Because someone told me, don't recall who right now, but someone told me they're the in-house brand for the company that we know as Senstar. You ever see those guitars available on Amazon? Same company. Both of those brands are the in-house brand for the factory, right? And I think it's the Senstar factory or something like that. But either way, KGD brand, I don't think it was selling too well for them, so they might have already decommissioned the brand. In which case, everything that's available on Amazon is going to be the only stuff you're going to be able to get with that brand on it, and it's good shit, and it's going to be going cheap. So at these prices you're getting, if you're getting close to $150, $125, $100 in that area, don't hesitate. If you're thinking about picking up that KGD, pick it up. All right, I'm telling you. The only complaint I have about this guitar is they put a 3-way on switch in here instead of an on switch. So they ended up wiring it so that I have humbucker in 2 positions and split in the 3rd. That's the only complaint I have. And I paid $127. That's with tax, $127. JMK in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? I didn't see you come in. How's everything? You love them Esquires, man. I know you're kind of like me. You like the single humbucker, right? Because I love a single humbucker. Right, BBM. He did some work with Senstar. I know. I didn't know about the next. I thought he had a few bodies with them, but whatever. Either way, yeah, it's good stuff. He was impressed with them enough. I think he got 40 guitars, or he was trying to get 40 guitars from them. That deal may have fallen through. I don't know, but he was impressed enough to get some necks with them. So yeah, if you could see a KGD, even if, I'm going to even say if it's like 200-300, like the relics, I think they're listing for like 300 right now. I think that's probably worth it, right? Who was it, John? You had one. So yeah, definitely KGDs if you can find them, and they look like they're getting cheaper. If because I don't know if you're like me, but I'll sit there online in the middle of the night and I'll just like look through shit and get all these ideas in my head. So I'll sit there and I'll see all these different guitars. I'm like, yeah, I can get that. I can do this. I can do this. Whatever. But um, yeah, if you're thinking about a KGD, or if one comes up on your radar, I wouldn't hesitate. And even at worst, at those kinds of prices, it's better than getting a kit, because most of the time you're getting a kit for 150, $200. Not like JMK. So where'd you get the telly kit, JMK? We're at 56 minutes, guys. We'll call it in a few. I got some labels to print. But so yeah, BB JMK, where'd you get the kit? I think so, Ubi. That's because of you, Ubi. That's why. Well, it's you guys, really. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad you turn out. Um, we're gonna do members lives on Saturdays, 9 o'clock. That's gonna be the regular, unless something happens, and then we'll do Sundays with everybody. And I'm going to keep trying to do some extra stuff for you guys. 1 week regular plus all any extras that I can for you guys. All right, David. Wow, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That's $10 towards the topic. So with the next one, we'll continue at $30. Okay, or unless someone wants to hit me up between now and when we leave. But thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. David, I still have to get your email stuff set up. Ubi, you too. I decided to shoot a bunch of videos today instead of work on that, so I can get a little bit ahead, so I can sit down and work on the rjscave.com. So hopefully I'll get to that in the next day or two. You're welcome, David. I appreciate that very much. Appreciate you, brother. Peace, Ted. Love you, buddy. I will be emailing you tomorrow with the tracking, okay? And I'll probably give you my, I'll send you a little story too. Right, that's how it happens sometimes, BBM. You get caught up in doing one thing, and next thing you know, right? Thank you, Jeff. Good night and God's blessings. I could really use God's blessings these days. I appreciate that. I really do. And thank you. It's an eBay kit. Okay. Nice. It's amazing what you can find on eBay sometimes. Just be careful. Sometimes those really cheap kits will fuck you up. I've heard stories. Yeah, there's always tomorrow. So yeah, so I will try to keep you guys informed and be busier with the members area so that I'm better utilizing it for you guys. All right. I see other people who are doing their thing, and I'm just trying to get ideas from them and implement things here. You know what I mean? Because I just want to make sure this is a good experience for everybody. So anyway, we're down to about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, this has been awesome. I love you all. I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you guys soon, okay? Members on Saturdays, Sunday nights for this. And keep your eyes open. I'm going to try and do another one probably in the middle of the week just to say hi to everybody, all right? So we're going to go, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Take it easy, guys.